Today our lesson is for class 4 and this lesson is about comprehension. Today our lesson is from Unit 1 and the story we were about to read is Pippi Longstocking. And we would be reading our Oxford English textbook and we will be reading page number 2, 3, 4 and 5. So it will take us about 70 minutes to complete today's work. Get your pencils, erasers, sharpeners ready. So let's get started. So by the end of today's lesson, we would be able to identify main series of events of the story Pippi Longstocking. We would be able to recognize the unique character traits this character Pippi has, and we will be answering some given questions of comprehension. I hope you will enjoy the story today. So let's get to work and start reading. Now before I start the story, let's see this picture and tell me, what do you see in this picture? Think about it. I'll give you 2 minutes to think about it. Yes, in this picture, every other character is same except one. And that particular character is red. It tells you that everybody is the same except one person who is different from everybody else. Do you know what we call such a person? Such a person or such a thing that is different from everybody else is called unique. Now, before we move on with the story, can you please tell me if you have come across somebody who was unique, who was different from everybody else, and which sort of habit made that person so memorable for you and so different from everybody else? Now, take 5 minutes or 3 minutes to think about it and tell your teacher when you are done. Your teacher will pause the video over here and will take your responses. Now before we talk about the story, let's talk about the author. This story, Pippi Longstocking, has been written by a Swedish author. Her name was Astrid Lindgren, and she was born in 1907 and she died in 2002. She was a very famous children's book writer and her famous series was Pippi Longstocking. She actually wrote a lot of books on this particular character, and this character first was written about in 1945. So her story appeared in 1945 for the first time. Now this particular character had some very unique qualities. Later on a TV series was made as well, and children have read her books quite a lot. Now this character, Pippi Longstocking, was a witty and interesting character. She used to call herself the strongest girl in the world. She was selfish, at the same time she was seen stopping the bullies. She was kind and compassionate, but at the same time she had the tendency to lie, and there were so many things that she was unaware of. So she had lots of good qualities and she had some bad qualities as well. Now I will be reading aloud some part of the passage, and while you are listening, I want you to look for the answers or listen for the answers of the following questions. In what season did Pippi enter Villa Vellicula for the first time? And why hadn't Tommy and Annika not met Pippi before? Now remember, Villa Vellicula is the name of the house Pippi came to live in. Now guys, listen to the passage carefully and try to find the answers to the questions that I told you of earlier. So listen very carefully. Pippi Longstocking. When Pippi entered Villa Valencola for the first time, it was a lovely summer evening. The children next door, Tommy and Annika, were not at home. They had gone to visit their grandmother for a week, and so they had no idea that anybody had moved into the house next door. On the first day after they came home again, they stood by the gate, looking out onto the street. They had no idea that there actually was a playmate so near. They were standing there considering what they should do and wondering whether it was going to be one of those dull days when they couldn't think of anything to play. Just then, the gate of Villa Valencola opened and a little girl stepped out. She was the most remarkable girl Tommy and Annika had ever seen. She was Miss Pippi Longstocking out for her morning walk. This is the way she looked. So guys, did you find the answers to the questions I told you of earlier? Let's see whether you were able to find the correct answers or not. In what season did Pippi enter Villa Valencola for the first time? Come on guys, think about it. You can even look at your books if you want to. I wouldn't stop you. Yes, it was the lovely summer evening. Well done. Why hadn't Tommy and Annika not met Pippi before? Yes, they had been visiting their grandmother, so they didn't know somebody had moved in next door. Well done guys, excellent work. Now guys, I was the one who read the first two paragraphs for you. Now, I want you to read paragraphs 3, 4 and 5. Actually, your teacher will assign each paragraph or a few lines to each one of you. She will stop any one of your friends at any time and ask you to read it. So you have to pay attention. So before you start reading, I want you to understand that you have to find answers of the following questions. What was their first impression of Pippi? There, do you know who there is? There are Annika and Tommy. What did Pippi look like? And what made Tommy and Annika's eyes widest when they saw Pippi? So you have to listen to paragraph 3, 4 and 5 carefully, and you have to look for answers of these 3 questions. Best of luck everyone, I know you can do it. Now guys, I hope you enjoyed reading the paragraphs. Now let's see whether you have found the answers or not. Now your teacher is going to pause the video after every question and you are going to give her the answers. Once a lot of you have told her the answers, only then she will display the answer over here. If you try to look at the answer before that, then that would be cheating. And you are not going to copy down the answers because that again is cheating. We have to answer all the questions in our own words. Now remember guys, my students do not cheat and you are not going to copy the answers. So let's check whether our answers are correct or not. What was their first impression of Pippi? Come on, the teacher will pause the video here so you can tell the answers. Yes, it was a very unique character and everybody thought that she was a very unusual person. Well done everyone, well done. What did Pippi look like? Come on guys, tell your teacher what she looked like. And you know what? There is a picture at the side of the slide to show you what she looked like even. So look at that and then describe to your teacher what she looked like. And no cheating. Yes, she had carrot color hair and they were tied up in tight braids and they were sticking out of her ears. And her nose looked like it was a small potato and it had freckles all over it. She had very wide, strong white teeth and she had very thin legs. And even more than that, she dressed in such a weird way. She was wearing a blue dress with patches and she sewed that dress herself. She was wearing long stockings of different color on both legs. Remember Longstocking? Oh, that's her name even. How interesting. And yes, she was wearing black shoes that were a little too big for her. Can you see all that in the picture? Well done guys, I'm so proud of you. What made Tommy and Annika's eyes widest when they saw Pippi? Come on guys, tell your teacher. And pause the video here while you tell her the answers. Yes, she had a monkey on her shoulder and even that monkey was dressed in blue pants and yellow jacket. And it was wearing a white straw hat. How amazing is that? Pippi was actually a very different character, don't you think so guys? Now guys, first I read part of the story, then all of you read some part of the story. Now I want you to read the rest of the story quietly. And while you do that, find out answers of these 4 questions. What did Pippi tell about Egypt? What did Pippi say about lying? And do you think Pippi is lying because she is mean? Why do you think she tells lies? How did the monkey behave when Pippi introduced him to others? Now guys, let's see whether you were able to find the answers that I told you of. Now guys, remember once again, you must never copy the answers. First of all, after every question, your teacher is going to ask the answers. You will tell her the answers and then later on write the answers in your own words in the copy. And then the teacher is going to display the answers so you can check your answers. Dear students, we must never copy down the answers because that is cheating. And my students are not cheaters. So let's start checking. What did Pippi tell about Egypt? Pause the video here, tell your teacher the answers, and after you are done with the answer, only then see the answer. Yes, she told that people walk backwards in Egypt. How strange is that? Do you believe her? What did Pippi say about lying? Pause the video here. She admitted that she was lying and it was a wicked thing to do. She gave an excuse that she had gotten used to lying since she had lived in Congo where everybody lied all day long. How strange is that? Do you believe that that's why she lied? Or do you think again she's lying? How did the monkey behave when Pippi introduced him to others? Tell the answers. He took off his hat and bowed politely. Well, that was a very polite monkey, if I do say so myself. Now the last question. This is something where you tell me what you thought about Pippi. So I won't be telling you the answer of this. You have to give me a logical answer because there is no correct answer to this one. Do you think Pippi is lying because she is mean or why do you think she lies? Tell me the reason. Tell your teacher the reasons. Come on. Pause the video here. Well done, guys. You have done a great job today. Now, guys, the next task that you have to do in your copies or your notebooks is to answer this question. How many lies do you think Pippi tells in this extract? In this whole story, how many lies do you think Pippi has told? Now tell your teacher this answer and submit your work whenever or whichever way your teacher asks you to do. Please, guys, submit your work on time. You can take 10 minutes or 15 minutes even to write the answers. Remember, on your copy, you have to write date and day first of all, give the heading of Pippi Longstocking, and then start writing this question, and then write your answer. Remember, the work has to be done very, very neatly. Now guys, since you have completed your classwork and submitted it to your teacher, now your homework is that on page number 5 there is an exercise A and there is a question number 1, and that question number 1 has parts from A to I. I want you to do all those questions in your notebooks as your homework and submit it to your teacher whichever way she wants you to do so. Remember guys, you have to submit your work on time, and another thing, no one is going to copy any answers. You have to answer in your own words. And it is not a difficult task because all these questions have been done in the class. You know all the answers. All you have to do is answer in your own words. Best of luck guys, I know you can do it. Now guys, before I sign off, let's wrap up what we have studied today. Today we studied the story of Pippi Longstocking. Now what happened in the story? So tell your teacher about it, take 1 or 2 minutes to think about it, and your teacher will ask you this question. So one by one all of you tell her the summary of the story. Well done guys. You have done a great job today. I'm so proud of you. Have a great day.